guys see my screen?
Yes.
Yep, perfect.
Great. Happy to hear that because there's some information that I wanted to share with you today. One is that it is ridiculous that only 60 to 80 short films get into Sundance, even though it's the largest film festival in America. This year, however, a record 10,000 short films and counting didn't make it, which leaves many filmmakers without an outlet to build a viable career for their work. Film festivals have been canceled, many art house movie theaters are closed, and streaming platforms like YouTube, Hulu, and Netflix are way overcrowded. So overcrowded that it's causing the average American to spend 28 minutes a day just trying to find something to watch. Now, at a time like this, when we're all feeling isolated and COVID-19 has wreaked havoc on the mental health of 1 in 4 Americans, it's more important now than ever that we are all able to connect with each other through the transformative power of film. Welcome to the MadLab Post. We are your international social club for movie junkies, headquartered right in the historic Bach Building in South Philadelphia, where we're building relationships, bridging cultural differences, and empowering filmmakers to value the work that they do. As a valuable quality of life resource, we're solving this problem by providing cash awards, job opportunities, and the support system for the communities that in the cities that we serve. And that's starting in Philly and going to Baltimore through Las Vegas and beyond. Now, our live and digital film experiences help our members and our guests make sense of life during times of crisis. Whether it's buying a membership for a year of free access to our film screenings, or advertising your restaurant to boost your catering business, streaming inspiring short films on demand, or attending one of our workshops to learn about creative filmmaking techniques, we have you covered. Now, to accommodate the needs of our audience in this current climate, we're building out our digital entertainment platform to add video streaming, behind-the-scenes photos, and memorabilia to supplement our live in-person events, where travelers and veterans can happily spend their $737 million while catching up with old friends and making new ones. Now, $10,000 will strengthen the MadLab Post's technological infrastructure, which will help me upgrade our Squarespace website and complete the development and launch of our digital media platform. So are you in? Join us today, and thank you for watching.
Well, that was fascinating. I really enjoy watching a movie or a film when I actually end up figuring out how to choose one. So I hear what you mean about, how long it takes. For somebody that were to be, like, I live in Washington, D.C., the way that I would become a client or a customer is by going onto the website and viewing the movies. Is that how that would work? Or how do you see somebody like that's not in the city that you're in getting engaged?
Yes, a lot of my clients travel to Philly to visit my one of my events or host a workshop from places like Chicago, Belarus. I do have some Washington, D.C. clients. The way that you would access the films would either be by attending one of the events that I host in Baltimore and signing up through that way. While watching the film, you can watch films live at our screening. And then if you want to see more films, you can purchase a membership or purchase the digital pass to see some new short films, a curated collection of short films at your leisure online. You can also go to my online store and purchase a digital membership, which will give you free access to all of the curated collections that we release throughout the year.
Great, thank you.
So Nicole, I'm trying to understand a couple of things. What I understood was that it resonates with me the fact that people spend a lot of time looking for interesting, different films and content to watch. I think short films is really exciting because sort of you're not investing 2 hours on something that might not be great. You can watch for 10, 15 minutes or whatever, and that's like easier, lower risk like that. How many films do you have now? How do you sort of advise people, or do I envision myself scrolling through a really super long list of films, but I don't know anything about them? Like, how do I find the stuff that might interest me?
While I have personally a library of hundreds of films, I keep my film exhibitions and digital offerings limited to under a dozen short films. So if you are participating in the Short Film Slam, for example, which is one of my flagship events, you will most likely watch around 12 short films, and you also get to vote on them to decide which filmmaker wins $1,000 at the end of the year. You can also watch our digital film bundles, and those range between 4 to 6 films per bundle, and they are curated based on genre. Sometimes they're curated based on region as well.
So you may have the misfortune of being the last person to present, and you may have said that, and I might have missed it. But I think that that's really important for us to understand in the pitch, just to sort of narrow down to say one of the challenges people have a hard time figuring out what to watch, and here's how I help them with that. And so I get it now, and maybe you said it and I didn't get it before, but I think that's really good.
Thank you, and thank you for asking.
So Nicole, a couple things. One is, can you just go over your revenue model just again real quickly? Because I want to try to get an understanding of how you make money.
Yes. Would you like to me to go to the previous slide to help?
That would help. Yep. Mm-hmm.
Okay. If it helps. So these are 4 of the main revenue sources that I have currently. I have several revenue sources, but some of them bring in the bulk of the revenue. Memberships, contributions, and advertising are the top 3 sources of revenue. And then down the line, it's ticket sales, i.e., admissions. So people can buy a day pass to come to one of my events. If they're not a member, they can spend like $10 to $15 to come. But if they buy a membership, it works like Amazon Prime, sort of like just like the free shipping. You get a year of free admission to all of my events in any city. So if you wanted to attend a event in Philly, for example, but you couldn't make it, you can still go to Las Vegas and attend one of the events there for free. So the membership is a way that people can sort of save money if they want to go to a lot of events without having to buy a ticket or a day pass each time. But outside of the admissions, memberships is where I make the bulk of my money, and I make surprisingly a lot more money from advertising as well. I do print advertising, on-screen advertising, where we feature local small businesses on screen. I also do advertising on my website, as well as some content marketing where I'll write like a native advertising piece for our advertisers. I also have a very engaged email newsletter that I send out to my audience, as well as many leads and previous attendees to try to get them to become a member. I post advertisements in there as well, and I advertise in our film event program guides, as well as the space like in Philly where my business is located. I post like advertisement print ads around the space as well.
And so you say events, you mean the film festivals?
Yes,
Okay.
I do film screening events.
Okay. And then are you familiar with Quibi?
I am.
Okay. So is that, when you talk about the streaming, is that the direction that you're trying to move in as far as, those short digital membership to short films via digital platform? Is that your long-term strategy, part of your long-term strategy?
I am trying to move into that so that I can supplement my in-person events with online streaming to make it accessible for people in Washington, DC, for example, as well as people who have come to one of my events, but they can't return because they live in Denmark, for example. I have some Australian um, supporters, and so I definitely want to. QB is something that is something that is similar to where I want to go. In addition to building out the digital space to include additional content such as photos, behind the scenes interviews, and things that audiences are unable to access if they go to a traditional movie theater.
BGV Pitch is the largest pitch competition for Black and brown women founders. We combine the premise of Shark Tank and Kickstarter to give you an opportunity to be a part of an entrepreneur's journey. Vote for your favorite pitch by visiting www.sheraise.com, select a city, enter the donation for the pitches you loved, and don't forget to leave feedback and or hype comments for our founders. Your donation keeps a Black or brown women founder in business. You are changing the world with Black Girl Ventures.